But what if somehow tech advances faster through Neuralink or through what you were talking about, right? Because Snapchat picked it up. And all of a sudden, we don't really need an interface. We are the interface, right? It's not far off, dude, but we can do whatever we want directly into that world, whatever it looks like. What else you got for me?
You know what? Kind of a good segue, I would say, was something that I stumbled upon last night. And again, we're talking past tense here because this is when this was released. But it was about Snapchat acquiring NextMind Tech. So we're talking about something that kind of resembles an Oculus, except it has these nodes or sensors that are basically designed to guess or know what you're thinking and what your next kind of thought or move is. And it's what do they call it? It's non-invasive brain. It's a non-invasive brain computer interface, and it just allows for hands-free interaction using mobile devices. It's coming, Tristan. It's coming.
Dude, I honestly can't wait until I'm able to operate things with my brain or just send you messages when I just think about it. I'm like, oh, just what's up, Jeff? Did we forget to do that? And it just goes to your brain.
It could be bad though, because it could be, you're thinking bad thoughts about someone. And then if they share, because the first thought is, am I going to be able to read people's minds? And the answer is no. But this contraption, this device is going to be reading your mind. I have no idea how that works exactly.
Well, dude, I mean, we were talking about Elon Musk, but didn't he invest in a company, or didn't he create a company called Neuralink? And Neuralink is already the company that's investing in working with tech being built into your brain, so your brain can work with that piece of tech, whatever it looks like. And it looks like the first thing they're tackling is really those. I don't even know how we're talking about this stuff. But the first thing they're tackling is those people that lost bodily function, like they can't move their arms, they can't move their legs. Mm-hmm. So they want to connect through like this little piece of tech that they add to your spinal cord to reconnect that signal so that you can move your hands and you can move your legs. That's what they're working on, which is, to me, is absolutely insane and in a beautiful way.
I agree. Yeah. I think this will probably have some sort of an impact on Alzheimer's and memory, that sort of thing. There is also a link that we'll have in the show notes towards there's a trailer for this product. And it kind of gives you just a little insight as to what you'll be able to do. And one of the examples is they're showing a DJ and how, he can control the music based on his thoughts, or there's somebody controlling the lights in their house based on their thoughts. Pretty damn fascinating. I imagine it's gonna start typing messages for you and such, those sort of things. I'm guessing this is all kind of an extension of VR, AR, etc., right?
Yeah, and I think that's where we need to look at, well, where's the world heading in regards to social? Is social going to live where we're not anticipating? And that's, how we pick up our phones right now, and this is where social media lives, and we post from here. Well, what if social media lives in you? And, we've been talking about having an interface, which is like an Oculus, but what if somehow tech advances faster through Neuralink or through what you were talking about, right? Because Snapchat picked it up. And all of a sudden, we don't really need an interface. We are the interface, right? And now we can post, or it's not far off, dude, but we can do whatever we want directly into that world, whatever it looks like.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, and here's the point, and we talk about it all the time, is that having your finger on the pulse of what's coming next is becoming increasingly important to your business. That's the moral of the story. And how many of the two of you that are listening wishes you had jumped on TikTok sooner, for example, right? Or maybe jumped into Facebook sooner before Instagram or any of them, really, because really it applies to all of them. And so if you're just starting to get to this point where you're recognizing this, which Tristan and I recognized with TikTok, I mean, that's kind of helped what birth where we are today, because it kind of made us realize, wow, that was powerful to be early. Two, look how fast things are changing. And it's like, you have to, this is a full-time job anymore to keep up with this stuff. And you don't have to make it a full-time job. You just subscribe to this kind of stuff and we've got you. If you want to, go ahead and rival us, but good luck. We're too far ahead of you. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You're here because we're putting this stuff into your mind. We're telling you that you might want to invest in an Oculus in the coming months, because you know what? Over time, you're going to start seeing us meeting in virtual worlds. And, again, just to have the base knowledge of this kind of stuff, knowledge, is I still think it's power. And the more you know, the more you're out ahead, the more you're going to be willing and ready to adapt. And that's really what it's all about here.
Yeah, that really is it, man. And that's why I love seeing the changes that happen. Instead of being scared of Instagram adding this and that, or TikTok changing and adding an extra few minutes to the videos, I love embracing everything. So